Of F-Stop, a show that helps to send you from a beginner to a winner with your digital. So we're here in Farningham in Kent on a beautiful spring morning. And I want to talk to you about some of the equipment and basic controls you have over your camera to give you more creative options with your shots. So it's not bad, but I think we can do an awful lot better. What I'm not getting at the moment is any sense of movement, and the picture feels quite flat. So to make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to move out of my camera's automatic mode and into something called shutter priority mode. Let's go and see what else we can find. So this is a spot nearby to Farningham, and it's popular with the locals and with their pets. Still in shutter priority mode, I want to capture every single drop of water with the dog. So I'm going to go to really, really fast shutter speed. Really happy with that. Like most people, I love taking photos of landscapes, either when I'm on holiday or when I'm just out walking the dog. But a lot of people have problems keeping everything in focus. Now, this is all down to something called depth of field and aperture. To help demonstrate this, I've come to Lullingston Country Park to climb the hill. See you at the top. It's quite a view, isn't it? Now, in order to get everything in focus, to get the maximum impact from this kind of shot, we're going to need to change another setting, and this time it's called the aperture. Now, on my camera, I've got an aperture priority mode, which sorts out some of the other settings like shutter speed. So what's this aperture all about? Well, the aperture controls the amount of light that the lens lets into the camera, and it's known by an F number. A very small F number means that the aperture is very large, like this. And that means that a lot of light gets let in, but we have a very shallow depth of field. Now, if we increase that F number, see that the aperture gets much smaller. Now, this lets in a very fine beam of light into the camera, but it means that there is a much more extensive depth of field because everything's already in focus, which is going to be perfect for this landscape. Of course, there's also a creative use for larger aperture sizes. Let's go and see what they are. Right. So suppose you've got a picture and you want the viewer to concentrate on something quite particular. Now, for pictures like that, where the background is very busy and the foreground is very busy, then you're going to want to use a shallow depth of field or a large aperture. Let's have a go. So for this shot, I'm going to keep my camera in aperture priority mode, but I'm going to make the aperture as large as possible. And with this lens, that's f1.8. Finally, something it's always good to remember. As a photographer, our most important tool, irrespective of tripods or lenses or even the camera, is the light. And the best photographs are often taken either early in the morning or later on in the afternoon. Speaking of which, I think we've lost the best of the light for today. I'm off home.